Oh yeah, ay. When you need a hand and you don't know why, just know that I'll be there. When the road is long and you feel so tired.
Boom. Okay, so already did a video earlier this evening and talked about Insane G's Arabian we have here that we're gonna be putting together this weekend. But as it turned out, our new premium foldable company, Engwe, sent us a demo unit that we ordered, and I made a mistake and accidentally I meant to get the EP2 Pro and I accidentally got the Engine Pro, which is okay. It's actually a better bike, and that's okay. You know, I don't mind. You know, it has front shocks, has rear shocks, has a 16 amp hour battery, which is really nice. You know, that's a lot of battery, especially for one of these foldables. So I expect to go pretty far. I got it in black, so their black finish, I believe, has the black and red to it, which is really nice. Oh yeah, and it's like a deep black too, which is really cool. So let's see what we got here. Like lifts up to tell you there's something in there. Pull this stuff out. Okay. There's even more. The neck. Oh, that's different. You just have to put that on. Cool. All right. There's the neck. All that. I'm guessing this is probably the charger. Okay. Stab myself in the stomach. That was like somebody has really bad brakes out there. You guys hearing all that? Okay. That is the charger. So, small charging brick, a little 2 amper. Pretty normal for this kind of unit. Let's see what else we got here. We have pretty much the straight up unit. Pulls right out. Looks like it pulls right out. And everything snips off like it usually would. Here's a loose fender. I'm trying to get some of the loose stuff out of here. Styrofoam and such. Front fender. Usually I grab all my tools out. I didn't do that. There's a couple of tools in here, I'm sure. I also usually cut this off with, what am I going to do right now? And slide it back. Okay. So now we got the front tire, the racks right here. Everything seems pretty good in here. Pretty well sealed. Nothing shows any apparent damage or anything. We'll just lift this bad boy out. It's like an 80-pound bike, so. There we go. Ooh. There was something loose. The bike seat. Okay. So, got it out of there. It's all looking good, actually. Didn't hurt myself or give myself a hernia. So, yay me. Let's see what we got here. So a lot of these will come with everything you need, right? They'll have a pack of tools, which looks like we have here. Some zip ties, which looks like we have here. Oh, overhead light went off, so I use the garage door. So let's, okay. I remember this a little bit. Alright, so some of the other tools I can use I have over here already. Not a big deal. That's some of my foam block stuff, so you can get that out of the way. What did I do with those snips? That's really the question I'm gonna ask myself at the moment. Just saw earlier too. Where I usually put them. Alright, so first of all, snip, 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 run free, front wheel, run free! we freed the front wheel from its I'm having fun with this tonight. Yeah, so we freed the front wheel. We freed the rest of the bike here. Let's see. The handlebars. So, like, John, why didn't you read the instructions? It's like, hey, yeah. So read the instructions. What's wrong with you? Do this every day. Oh. Let's right there. There we go. Alright. Oh, it's still there. Okay. So if you don't know, there's a little rubber plug here, a little Allen wrench right there, and you just take that off, you're good to go. Let's see how that was probably right. Alright. There's some of these on right now. Not that important for me to take them off at the moment. I gotta say, this rear rack I was pretty excited about because it's a really solid looking rack. I like how it attaches to the back arm directly, not like to the post of the seat. So it still allows the rear shock to work, which is really cool. As you can see, we got a lot of stuff up there to deal with. This is a pretty thick, actually, battery pack area. Quite a bit thicker. I don't have one here. I need to order one. I'm gonna do that now. So we can compare, because the thickness on this is quite a bit different than the Vinkfors and stuff. So that could be, that could point that this isn't like a swappable thing. Like these larger batteries, if you were to get them, may not fit your Vinkfor because it's a much narrower. It's like this thick. It doesn't have this extra width to it. So keep that in mind. Another nicety here on the Engwe versus the Vinkfor is you have this plug cover for your battery, right? So it doesn't, it's not exposed necessarily. That's good, bad. I mean, some people like it, some people don't care. My experience with them is eventually they come off, you know? So I think some companies just forego that and just don't give you one in the first place. But let's dig in here to this. Let's see what we got here. Oh, am I dropping? Oh, a little, must be for the front light or something, really little reflector, something. Oh, well that's cool. They include a manual for the display specifically. Nice color display. Oh, that's nice. Or dual color. It's got some color to it, some monochrome. That's pretty cool. Okay, that looks nice. So yeah, some good little instructions on how to get the programming and stuff, what you're able to do in there, what you're able to change. This bike has been rated, or at least I've been informed, that it'll do 28 to 31 miles per hour. It's a pretty potent little bike. It's got some good juice behind that motor. That'll 750 watt mag wheel motor. We got the instructions here on how to do all that stuff. How to build assembly 1. Attach the handlebar assembly first. Well, first I actually have to assemble the handlebar assembly, don't I? Hold up. Oh, check it's complete. No damage. It looks good. I'm not really a big fan of this galvanized chain that's been coming out more and more. You'll actually see these are like bright silver looking, dull silver looking. That I've found comes off. So this galvanizing will come off. It's okay. Just use some, we're in the desert, so I would recommend some dry oil, some dry chain oil. Or if you're out in a more moist environment, just moisten out here, use a wet chain oil. Make sure you get that covered. Can't read upside down. Stand the main body of the bike on a kickstand. Stand up and lock the steering column. It's the front main. There's no steering column. Steering column's removed. Boy, it's a good thing I got this. Attach the front wheel afterwards. And charge the battery. I mean, it's pretty straightforward stuff, actually. I'm not being a jerk about it. I'm just kind of, let me see. Let me see. Okay, make sure I don't lose this little rubber plug. I really easily lose those little things like that. Okay, so we got this bad boy. All right. Loosen this up. Ta-da. Ta-da. So this we don't need. This is just a spacer to hold this in place. For the neck. So let's ease this and a little deflector. All right. So now we got the locker. Unlock it. Freaking A, man. There we go. That's a tough one. Okie dokie. So when it falls to the side. Alright, so we got this comes up like that. Goes off the side. So we gotta loosen this one. And you can't see it from your angle, but there's a star nut down in here, and that's what this little thing screws into. So that's what this is going to cap into, and I'll show you that, kind of show you that here in a sec. So, what is it? As far as good, just like that. Fold it down. See, and you want it to fold down to the right back. Okay. Back right, over here. So it's not actually doesn't go on straight. You got to keep that in mind. Unlike a normal handlebar that goes on, pretty square. This one you're definitely gonna want it to not go square. Go on square. If you have to do what I'm doing here. So. The good thing is in doing this, you can actually make sure it does go on right. Like for you, like when you put the handlebars in, when you put the handlebars on, and put this in place, you can make sure, boom, let's actually turn it. We'll mess with this a little bit more later and fine tune it, but for now, go ahead, put this down. Seeing that swings out of the way without like hitting anything, just falls off to the side. Just no noise, no thump, no nothing. Alright, so we take this little plug thing that came in on the cap, and see the little deal there. Just drop it right down in there. Boop. And go ahead and screw that in. That's going to keep that all in place that way. And this is some pretty simple stuff. You don't have to kill yourself over it. There. Hopefully it doesn't kill you over it. So. So now I've got it locked in place. And go ahead and mount the handlebars up on here, which I'm going to do right now. Woo! I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. It is hot. Oh my goodness. Getting the garage door open a little bit. Some air in here. blazing saddles up in here. Really just amazing how hot it is right now. here in Las Vegas. You know, something I'm really liking, I'm seeing more and more on some of these bikes is I'm getting them is how they're mounting certain things on here. So, like, really like how a lot of companies have started really covering these displays and, you know, making them nice that way. This is pretty nice too. Once I get these on, it might surprise you, but I'm not. Oops, I forgot to put that in there. I can put it in there right off this. So, but I'm not going to. I may not surprise you. I'm not going to take the foam off right away. I'm going to actually flip it over. I mean, I could just use my rack, my bike rack, repair rack, but I'm just going to do it old school. Flip it over and take care of it. Sure. It looks fairly. So one of the things we really like about Engwe as a brand, or one of the things, reasons we look to pair up with Engwe as a brand, and especially in this space of units, is because it's just tight. I'm gonna put this on here right. Yeah, there's the screen. Okay. Ooh, I put on there tight. There's the brakes. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I was going to tighten that in place. Snuggy. Snuggy. So yeah, as I was saying, some of the reasons we like Engwe as a brand is because they're not like your regular foldable. I mean, there's a lot of brands out. There's a lot of brands out there that make foldables. There's a lot of brands out there that have foldables in their lineup. Engwe is really, at least in my opinion, working on mastering the foldable area. I know there's another foldable brand everybody likes a lot more, and I get it, you know. But what Engwe has provided is a really high quality, really nicely done product where you're getting a lot of value for your dollar. And that's a big reason we look to pair with Engwe in this space, is because when I looked around, I mean, sure, we could just go and pair up with some of the names out there, but we wanted to, you know, we like to offer you something different. We like to offer you something that we think is a good value for the price, and something that, you know, you'll be excited about the way that we're excited about things, and be excited to ride it. And so Engwe has a great value proposition for customers, and we think that that is a good reason to work with them and carry the product. That value proposition is one. I mean, if you look at this, almost all their units, except for the C20, which is a very budget product, right? Nice. That's actually really nice. I've thought about getting a couple of them in just to mess around with myself. But it's a budget product, you know. But all their non-budget, all their other ones come with mag wheels. And the thing about a magnesium cast wheel like this is they are very, very resilient You don't need to be doing a lot of. I'm gonna try and use their tool. Let's see. All right, let's see. I got their stuff. Let's see what happens. Magnesium wheels are very resilient. You don't have to worry too much about truing them, right? Because you can't. There's no spoke, right, to be able to true it. So you don't have to worry about that necessarily. Yeah, there's no. What else? That's a big one for me, because I'll tell you, this is not a little thing. I had to ride my wheels in 4+ miles to the spot I need to get to on a flat one day. You all may have seen that video. I'll tell you what. Now, I'll have to adjust those a little bit. What we got here on the. It's not too bad. So it's making a little rubbing on the brakes. I mean, I could loosen it, adjust it, loosen it, adjust it. I think the best thing I'll probably end up doing is just adjusting the brakes. They are hydraulic, and it looks like the rubbing is intermittent, so might just need to be around a little bit. So we can do that. But yeah, I mean, the front wheel's on. That's easy. Like I said, there's no worry about your spokes or your wheel being untrued, right? Being out of true, as it's called, where it wobbles. So if it's making those kinds of noises, most likely an adjustment that you need to make somewhere, so it stops rubbing. Pretty straightforward stuff, which means your brakes, right? Make sure these are seated correctly, seated all the way down. One's not pulling up or down on the other. Yeah, you're good to go. So I was doing there a second ago, just making sure that those are all good. So let's get this off. And their headlight is actually pretty nice. I'm kind of grooving on this. I've never been a big fan of the fenders, but I'm going to put them on anyway, because what I've just kind of come to in my decision on these things is, you know, I buy these to test for you guys and to show you how they work, and then maybe I get to have a little fun at the same time. Nice, you know, you have fun at your job. That's always a good thing. So yeah, so that way you guys can get a view. Oh, don't cut the wire. I got the red wire. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I didn't cut any wires. Got a zip tie. Yeah, so there we go. Let's just get that one. Seems like it's nicer and nicer the more you unwrap it. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, so the Engwe's almost together. I'm just doing the finishing touches, like the light and the fender pedals. I'm gonna charge it up and then take it out. So I want to ride this. It's the Engine Pro, which is you know, built-in energy recovery. So it also has, like the Pasilex brand, it has a energy reclamation. So when you're in pedal assist 2 or lower and you're going over, I think with these tires, the 20 inches, 15 miles per hour, it'll begin to regen through the motor. 750 watt peak motor, or nominal with peak, 16 amp hour battery pack, front and rear suspension. I mean, some of the things I've already seen on this have impressed me. There's a plastic sleeve inside the seat post tube, and most people don't think much of that. They'll be like, oh, so what, plastic sleeve. But this plastic sleeve is what you find usually on higher end bikes, because it allows it's such a simple thing, it allows the grip to be way better on the seat post tube. It's little stuff like that that really you don't think about it, but it's those things that elevate your experience a little more. Like even when you slide the seat post tube in and out, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but there's like a zip, 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 zip sound, and that sound really means, you know, locking in. I can even see the plastic liner right there, and when you lock it in place, it's locked. I mean, it's solid. I have to say the head tube is a little different. It's got these little things right up in here that, you know, you could probably hang a basket or something off. It's got these little hole pockets that go all the way through, and you could easily hang something there, since it doesn't have like mounts. I mean, that's probably where some wires at one point would have been routed through. But you know, on this one they are. So Cheyenne tires, the 20x4s, and a puncture, so that's nice. We also do slime. If you want to have your tires slimed for a fee, we can do that for you too. We also have inserts, you guys know, or if you don't know, you know now. We have tire inserts. So if you slime these, put inserts on them, and you're running puncture-proof tires, which are pretty much, you take a thing to it, it's really hard, you really got to jam them. Yeah, you're pretty well safe. I mean, you don't have to worry about a flat, which is probably one of the biggest drawbacks to riding, is getting a flat. I have to say, we're going to do like a walk around and stuff. It's pretty nice. I'm really impressed with the quality. Overall, I mean, it went together really easily. Weren't any real hang-ups, just a few adjustments I have to make, line some stuff up here, like the handlebars, need to realign those. Other than that, I mean, it's really nice. It's got this nice front to it, I like this. The clip mechanism actually on the handlebars is not just different, but a much higher grade than we see on some of the other ones. So it's a different mechanism. It's also probably a more reliable mechanism. Wires are really tight, and there's some looseness down there. I might have to like pop one of their zip ties. That's probably why they included some zip ties, just, you know, because that stuff happens. I'll be going through the manual here for my display and setting this into miles per hour, and then we'll do some ride tests. So this bike has a 16 amp hour battery. Engwe says that it should be able to get you 30 plus or so miles on a single charge, and I believe it. I think that even if it runs at a higher speed, I think you're going to get some good, really good distance out of a 16 amp hour battery. The display is nice. It's pretty. I need to get this done here. As far as like getting on and off the bike go, I have a 30-inch inseam, and so I can, actually I can stand over it just comfortably, we'll say. So there is a, I mean, I could save myself from getting hurt. Let's put it that way. So I would say if you're on the shorter side, I'm 5'6", like I said, with a 30-inch inseam. So if you're shorter like me, then a bike, you know, this bike could work for you. If you're like 5'2", 5'3", you might be more on your tiptoes and stuff, but I think for most people, the height is going to be just fine. So, like I said, I'm 5'2", 5'3", and it's just barely, you know, you don't even go to a bike shop and have somebody check your, let me see there, you can do it. So yeah, so that's pretty good actually. If you notice, I was standing up here too, more towards the higher part of that. Yeah, this is actually a really nice bike. I'm really impressed. That's their serial number right there. So yeah, you can get it registered. We recommend registering your bikes on 529 Garage. Take some pictures, put your name in there, the serial numbers if it has it, and that way if your bike does get stolen, you'll have that record, you'll be able to report it to the community, and a lot of people and law enforcement will be able to access that you had your bike stolen. The other thing we're working on with them is getting some of their stickers in, because you have this little shield sticker with its own serial number on it that you can put wherever, and it's made to not come off. It's a non-removable sticker, and if it's on there and somebody's removed it, obviously they probably stole the bike, right? So yeah, the Engwe Engine Pro, out of the box, assembled, done. I mean, it's this is quicker than some of the other, it's actually easier than some of the other foldables I've worked on with here. And this rack, I really like these thick tube steel racks because you can just get right on them and ride. So yeah, they carry the weight, so it'd be good. This bike is rated, I believe, for 330 pounds, like a lot of the standard bikes. With some of the equipment, I think you could probably go a little higher if you really wanted to, but safety-wise, 330 pounds. Yeah, you can get this today on our website. We have these set up. We're setting up the rest of them too. So this weekend, Engwe, you'll be able to buy them right off our website, get support, help for them, and we have some more stuff, surprises coming from them as well. So stay tuned, keep an eye out. We're gonna have some crazy deals coming up real soon.
Know that I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be there.